Alright guys, I apologize for the noise in the back. They are taking out a old cell tower across the street. But I wanted to show you a couple of things, or tell you a couple of things rather. We just got all of the goats checked for all of the nasty little bits that might be rolling around, and then we'll know what exactly we have in the barn, if anything, and here's hoping that we have nothing. Other than a couple of pregnant does, that would be great. And then in the garden, guys, I finally have some seeds starting to sprout. Check it out. These are, I believe, lettuces, but they might be spinach over here. I planted a whole lot in this garden, including some peas, like sugar snap peas and lettuce and all kinds of stuff. This is all that's coming up. It's just these two little rows right here. I at least have something besides weeds growing in my garden. Hopefully here real soon I get some other stuff growing up in here. I don't even remember what all I planted in this bed, but it is chock full of all different kinds of things, including lettuce and carrots and sugar snap peas. I think I planted a couple of other things and I didn't write it down, so it's gonna be a mystery bed. Kind of like this one over here, but I did actually record planting this bed. I still don't have a whole bunch of anything coming up over here though. There's a few things starting to sprout, but I just don't think that it's been wet enough for everything yet. There's a little guy right there, and that's definitely a spinach right there. Other than that, I'm hoping that the birds didn't decide to eat all of the seeds that I planted in here. I planted radishes here. No, don't look like a radish sprout. Weeds in here. So radishes. I did spinach over here, and then I did carrots over here. Just not a whole lot coming up. It's still kind of cold. It's definitely been a little on the drier side, but we're getting there. We're getting there. The asparagus hasn't really done a super bunch, but I do now have some, what do they call them? Crowns that are about 3 inches tall. I'm going to turn you around and show you those also. And I really want to weed this bed, but Eric has said if I weed it, I risk disturbing the roots, and they're not super well established yet. So I'm going to leave that alone. So here you go. A lot of nice green weeds. But here is a crown, and it is about 3 inches tall. There's actually quite a few starting to push. Another one right there, there. This one I think froze, because that's the first one I saw, and it hasn't gotten any bigger. There's quite a few. Not every single spot that had asparagus planted is growing, which is kind of a bummer, but it's still kind of early. This one's got some. That's awesome. A couple in there. Those up which is a bummer, but I guess it happens. Then we had a rabbit in here. Mama rabbit decided this was a good spot to have her babies. And I think she disturbed this one too much. Now the babies are out and eating all of my strawberry plants. But that's okay, because they keep wandering in with the dogs, and then the dogs eat them. Which probably makes me sound like a very horrible person. But don't go in with the dogs, because they're gonna eat you. You don't belong in with the goats. They still kind of do it with the chickens too, so that's kind of a bummer. Another nice big one. Pushing quite a bit until I can't wait, because still this year I can't eat any of it, which makes me sad. Same with the strawberries. Shouldn't be harvesting any strawberries out of this bed either. But I'm gonna turn you around. This thing is loaded with strawberry plants. Oh my gosh, the sun, just in the wrong spot. It's loaded, so I think I'll be okay. There was so many strawberries in the bed that the ones that escaped the bed and decided to take root out in the garden proper, I dug them up and I'm just selling them. I'm just gonna get rid of them because there's not enough room to put them in the bed. I would overcrowd everything, and I don't want this. But over here, some of my garlic has started sprouting, and it looks like maybe some grass too. I'm not sure. I think that's grass. But that's it. That's what's growing in the garden right now. Besides the crop of radishes that are, guys, I have a carpet of radishes outside of my one bed because I screwed up. I'm not upset about it either. All of this, it's all radishes, every last bit of it. I'm actually gonna pull one. Let's see how they're doing. Look at that. There's a baby radish. Little baby radish. Stick that in the garden and see if they'll transplant. Because if they will transplant, I'm gonna put them in the bed on purpose. And spread them out a little bit. There, I planted a little bit right between the two rows of radishes that I planted. It's either going to die, which I fully expect, or it'll live, and I'll be able to know that that'll work, and I can make use of at least some of the carpet of radishes, because where they're at right now, they're just going to get trampled, and there are literally thousands of these guys right here in this little area. If it works, great. If it doesn't, hey, I'll let you know, and then you can know for future reference. If you have to thin out your radishes, just throw them to the rabbits or the pigs. You know. So that is, what is this? This would be week 2 garden tour. I did have to take my greenhouse down because it got so windy that I was worried the fly would get shredded. And if you can't hear it right now, it's bloody windy right now. Bloody windy all the damn time out here.